Hi, welcome back to.
I just heard, hi, soy Dora. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
People who say that this isn't any business of the President of the United States.
Hey, welcome back to 20 somethings. I'm your host Desiree, joined with
Tania.
and let's address the elephant in the room.
So, guys, as you all know, we haven't posted. Damn. Okay, y'all. Look, I'm gonna give a little disclaimer before we start. So, my mic is a little ghetto at the moment, and if I sound not as close as I should be, it's because I'm tired of holding this damn microphone close to. And it sounds. I'm sorry.
It sounds normal on the headphones.
It sounds loud as hell on the headphones. So just bear with us. That's our disclaimer for this episode. But like Des said, we're going to be addressing the elephant in the room, which is why we haven't been posting, why we have been MIA, and just what the journey that brought us back to being in front of the camera.
So we just went back to our other
Our OG
our
program.
OG's program, and I still couldn't get to figure out how to record the track separately, so we had to go back to the OG way to film on just one track and a speak.
So basically, in other words, bear with us for the quality or lack thereof when it comes to the audio. Don't watch this episode and be like, I'm not listening to that again. Baby, bear with us. I'm gonna do this. Let's do this like interview style. I think that's cute, cool, and funny, and it get dressed and it got shoe game.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so Des, why would you say? What would you say has been your biggest hurdle or your biggest? What is that word? I cannot.
Like obstacle?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I do apologize, y'all. Also, I will be a little slow in the head because I ain't did this in a while, so bear with me.
I'm crying at these different voices you're doing. You're gonna keep them so entertained.
These are my multiple personalities, guys.
Oh,
but
Lord.
okay. Back to it. Okay, Dad. So, what would you say has been your biggest obstacle when it comes to Two Moms One Mic?
Honestly, I feel like I didn't resonate enough with it, like the name, and it was really discouraging. Like, to have something, and not only we created a community already, which is awesome.
Right.
I love our supporters and everything, and I'm grateful for them, but I feel like it was limiting us in a way. I felt like it wasn't really authentically us of who we are, because we're not just moms. You know, we always say we're Desiree and Tania that happen to be moms.
Right.
We're a person first, not a parent first. And so I think that's my biggest obstacle. Other than that, my other biggest obstacle was the fucking editing. But I actually enjoy that.
See, I'm going to piggyback off what you said.
Mm-hmm.
My problem was the name and not being able to resonate with us. And I didn't want people to have these biases towards us before giving us the opportunity to hear what we had to say, for them to just be like, I don't want to watch no bitches talk about their kids. Like, and right. I feel like that's what it gave, because I talked to somebody, like, not just one person, it's multiple people. I was like, oh yeah, I have a podcast. What's the name of it? Two Moms on Mic. Like, oh, what do you do? Give mom advice or something like that? And I'm like, like, that's not,
That's not us.
It's not me. Like, I'm 20, I'm about to be 22. God spare life. I'm about to be 22 years old. I am a mother. I love that. I wear that shit on my sleeve. But, like, I don't want to be presented as Tania the mother. Like, you know what I mean? I want to be Tania the young, fun, turned lit bitch that be in the club.
Fucking stupid.
Sorry.
I love it, though.
First go round, I wasn't as involved as I wanted to be. And, like, I really couldn't, because life was just hectic. It still is, but, like, it's leveling out now. But I feel like I couldn't be as involved or, really include my own creativeness to it, because it's like, bitch, who got time to edit? Like, well, I have time. It's just about finding time. And I really do like to edit, like you said. Like, I like it, but that shit is a pain in the ass.
Oh, it sure is. It be making me want to fight.
Especially when you have a vision.
Nigga, what?
And you just can't, it cannot come into fruition, like, bro. And, like, you know how I am. Like, the littlest details will, like, set me off and, like, I'm scrapping this. I don't even want to watch this again.
Oh, I feel that. It's like the biggest lesson that you've learned since doing the podcast.
Ooh. Okay, that's a really good question because I've been checking myself lately. Like, so my biggest lesson that I've learned while filming a podcast is to say stuff that I mean. Like, because I'm going back and, like, I was watching our TikTok videos and, like, even some of our episodes, and I'm like, that's crazy because I don't necessarily feel like that. And I know that my mindset is constantly evolving and changing. However, like, some of the things that I was saying, and it's not even nothing bad. It was more like looking at life through a more, I guess, fairy tale point of view, or like a super healed point of view. And I'm not there yet. Like, for instance, one of our TikTok videos when we talk about when your child is already crying and saying, like, I'm gonna give you something to cry for, I've ate my words because, like, what the fuck are you crying for? And do you want me to give you something to cry for? Like,
Yeah.
Because it's just, like, blatant, like, bro.
What are you crying for?
And I don't want to be like that bitch, but
I
kids
think
are fucking annoying.
I think the difference is like when you voice it and say it out loud, it's like, damn, that's how you feel. And I get told that when, like, you like, being a kid, you feel those feelings.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter what you say. Like, yeah, kids can be annoying, but I feel like the point is not to say it out loud. Like, you can say that all you want in your head. The second you voice that, I feel like that'll make your child feel some type of way.
I definitely agree. I agree, and I feel like that's where I kind of jumped the gun, is not being in the position to keep the shit in my head.
Yeah.
You know, because I get frustrated like any human does.
Yeah,
so it's just like,
I felt so bad the other day. Ava, my daughter just kept calling my name repeatedly, like, Mom, Mommy, hi, Mommy. And she just kept going and going. I'm like, bro. I said, girl, leave me alone. And she looked at me crazy. And then it was like, Mommy. And then later on, we was downstairs. Tell me why Anthony was messing with her. She stuck out her hand and said, leave me alone. So, fair warning, guys. If you say something to your kid, they're gonna say it back eventually. If not to you, but to somebody else.
Yes, because oh my goodness, no, me and Dylan were playing. We were play fighting, and Junie just ran up to us. No, stop. I'm like, yo, like, are you the parent right now? Like, who are you, bro?
No, I felt really loved this today when I was getting ready for the podcast. My nephew was over, so Anthony was like messing with me, and so was Adrian. They were just like talking shit. Brixton went up and was like, stop being mean. I said, go tell your daddy. Your daddy was being mean too. So he ran. He said, he like thought about it. He said, okay. And then like ran off and was like, you're being mean to Tanty. Stop it.
But you know what's crazy though? Those moments really reflect your parenting.
Yeah.
Like, more than anything, it reflects your parenting, because he does the same thing. Like, he's playing too rough, or he's just playing too rough with his dad. Like, stop it. Don't hit daddy in the face, or, you know, stuff like that. So he just sees us doing what we tell him not to do. And he's just like,
that's not.
Stop it. Like,
It's like, that's not what you told me now.
right.
Like, the evolution.
The evolution.
The evolution.
That's exactly what it is. Evolution. Also, I just wanted to tell them that we're gonna have like a new structure. We're trying to have our episodes a little more structured, just to keep people more engaged. So we are
Also us entertained.
Oh yeah, for sure. 'Cause when I tell you,
Talking for like a topic for about 1.5, 2 hours.
that's OD.
Yeah.
And very tiring.
And like we could do it and be like, oh, that shit was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't realize how long you took. And it's like, damn, I could take a nap right now.
Or something. Like, I could just sometimes after we talk like for so long, I just like
Zone out.
Just want to, yes, I do zone out, and I just want to, like, after it's done, I just want to sit in my car in silence. Like,
That's what I do.
I don't
when
want to
we leave.
listen to no
Dude.
music, nothing. We've just been experiencing life and letting it take us where it takes us, and taking things step by step and day by day, because we didn't really want to rush getting back in front of the camera when we weren't ready, and we didn't have like a name. And like, I feel like for us the name was a very big thing. Yeah, because like, how am I supposed to say welcome back to another episode of Two Moms One Mic when, like, I don't even
feel like that?
Yeah, like, I'm not even feeling Two Moms One Mikey. Like, I'm feeling 20 something, because that's what it is. Like, welcome back to another episode of 20 somethings. Yes, that just sounds so much like it resonates a lot more with me. Like, and I'm so glad that we finally got to agree on a name and like come together and like, that's the one. Like,
yeah, I had a lot of names.
Shall we?
I'm gonna get exposed.
Okay, so some of these are a bit questionable.
Actually,
in my opinion.
Most of them are questionable. Like, I still
like
nice. I still like the turntable.
I told her it give DJ vibes, but hey.
That's not what I think. When I think of that, I'm thinking of like, oh, turn the table for your other opinion. Like, you got another perspective, so let's turn the table.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Basically, like that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that translates, but continue with your list. Let's not get stuck on that one.
Anyway.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm gonna go like lightning speed.
Like. Oh shit, she finna rap, y'all.
I'm not finna rap shit. The following.
Oh my god.
The following.
I thought your ass was finna go in.
Moms and Mimosas, Fulfilled and Unfiltered, the Reject Podcast, Run It By Podcast, Stir the Pot Podcast, Seeds and Flowers, Thorns and Flowers, Fields of Flowers, Solar Mind, Mindless Souls, Vacant Minds, Sellouts on Playground. Legends. I'm sorry. I was going to say Legends of Flowers. Lind of. Okay. One Voice, Intelligent Delegate, and Intentional Misfits. Actually, I like Intentional Misfits. Big Energy, Copious Energy, Entry, Landslide Dreams, Screams and Dreams, Nautical Audible, Sky High, Open Room, Soft and Hard. Okay. Sink Ship Sail, Pink Room, Nautical Audible, Soft Land, Life's Escape, Charades of Life, Hot Seat, Sense Envisions, Neurodivergent Observance, Consequently Us, Turning New Leaves, Turn the Table, Thorns and Roses, Each a Manifestation. How about that? All Things Big, Good Luck People, The Good Luck, Highs and Lows, Stories We Find, Grounds and Roots, Stars and Seas. And the list goes fucking on and on and on and on. We've been in our bag, but we ain't been checking out because that.
Yo, we ain't been checking out is crazy.
That was very interesting.
That was a good one. That's a good clip right there.
I'm sorry. I was still looking at the list and this shit. Oh, we went over this in the episode we tried to record. This bitch got spicy tacos, spicy, mild, and sweet.
I was hungry.
It was definitely giving. This bitch said spicy tacos. If we were Hispanic, that could have worked, but
I'm crying. Okay, the reason why I thought of spicy tacos is because I was listening to Rotten Mango.
Rotten Mango spicy tacos. I get it.
I was like, oh, Rotten Mango. Huh, what about spicy tacos? I'm pretty sure I was hungry too and thinking of tacos.
You most definitely had to be.
So, Tania, do you know who created paper?
Oh my God. No, Desiree. Who created paper?
Qianlun. He was a Chinese court official at the Eastern Han Dynasty. He mixed mulberry bark, hemp, and rags of water. Then it was smashed into a pulp, pressed out the liquid, and hung the thin mat to dry in the sun. And that's how you make paper. You can actually make paper with recycled newspaper.
I think you just put it in water and mash it up and stuff.
Yeah, and then you have to I forgot what boards they use, but it's like you put something on it.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it is, but you lay it out into the sun and then it'll dry and then you can write on it.
All right, guys. So to get in our second topic of the day, we will be discussing knowing our limits. This fuck me.
I'm
Cut
crying.
that out. Topic was inspired by that day that we went to Piedmont Park, and we were just sitting there, and we had a multitude of conversations, but mostly they revolved around like our current situations in life and
What we were learning.
and how we were able to leave certain situations or grow from certain situations that we were experiencing. And I just wanted to know, like, how do you think, how do you think you came about knowing your limits this year, your personal limits?
Well, I feel like you don't know your limits until you're tested to what you can't handle anymore, or really not what you can't handle anymore, of what you won't allow for you to handle. And I think that was like really apparent. Like, I guess in my personal limits, like with other people, I would say like people who try to push my boundaries back and forth, or just they weren't constant or consistent, things like that. I really learned my limits with that. For example, like knowing where to give my energy and where to put energy, where to take it back, where to invest it into myself or another person, or even like my parents, like where to just put my energy in different places.
Right.
And so I think the last romantic involvement I was in, it was like the first time I experienced something healthy.
Excuse me.
But I did tell myself, I said that this isn't the first time I'll experience something healthy. Like, I think my subconscious knew that before I did, truly. But I really learned how to trust myself and knowing, like, you can't stop everything. Like, you can't control everything. I still had another conversation this year, and I could tell you really got to move with discernment in the people you want in your life, because when you talk to somebody, they will tell you who you are right then and there in the first couple sentences.
Yeah, my thing, like, with that is, like, I feel like you teach people how to treat you, and I feel like if you start off by accepting certain things and behaviors or not setting boundaries in the beginning, then it'll cause like a slippery slope for that person. And I feel like it's very important, you know, just to stand on business, like at the gate, like off the jump.
This is like for people who are anxious about upsetting people. You have to come to the terms with the fact that you're gonna not please everybody in life, and you don't have to be rude or crude when you're setting simple boundaries. You can just simply say, hey, you didn't respect my boundaries, so I'm not gonna give you any of my time or attention or things like that. That you're doing what you can control. It's not an attack on them. It's not your problem if they take it as an attack. You know it's not an attack on them, but it doesn't matter if they think it is, because you're protecting yourself at the end of the day. It just tells more about that person, because it's like, okay, you don't have boundaries either. I think I got really overwhelmed with the fact that, okay, I want to be a positive person. This is what I'm trying to embody. Not to say that you're always positive throughout the whole day and you don't have bad days. It's just like, you're not a mean person. You're not mean-spirited. You don't, if someone disrespects you or they fuck you over or anything, you don't have to be like, oh, fuck you, bitch, or cuss them out, or
you
wish
don't have
them
to step out of your own energy to, attack that problem.
Exactly.
And I feel like what really like seals the deal is when you continue to remain in your own energy, stay true to your own morals, and you still address the situation. And I feel like that's the best way to do it, because once you start to allow people to bring you out of who you truly are and what you resonate with, then you've now given them power over you in a way. Something that taught me my personal limits would have to be the same thing, just simply dealing with other people to the point where I reach my breaking point. And the whole reason that I even got to a point of getting to my breaking point is the lack of boundaries and the lack of communication of, teaching people how to treat me and showing them how to treat me. I feel like that's what kind of got me to this point, like, okay, Tania, step back, and you need to get to a point where you're comfortable living for you solely and doing things for you. Yes, you have a kid. Yes, you have a boyfriend. Yes, you have a mother, and this and that. But you really have to key in with yourself, lock in, and really figure out like, what does Tania want? What am I willing to tolerate, and what am I gaining from certain situations with people? And when I realized, like, I sat down with myself and I realized, like, this is a hindrance. This is annoying as fuck to me. This is these things that aren't making me better play such a or happy. They play such a big role in my life, and that's why I guess my life wasn't going in the direction that
you wanted
that I seen for myself, is because I'm allowing certain behaviors or certain people or certain things to continue. And I can't blame nobody about how my life going except me, because I'm the only one that's in control of what's going on.
Yeah, you make a good point. It's also your responsibility to not put yourself back in that situation. I've had a few like situations this year multiple times where a person wanted to come back into the space that I won't allow them into because I've set up boundaries. Tell them straight up, you put me in a defensive mode. I feel defensive around you constantly. I'm not going to put myself in that situation. And then why would you want yourself in that situation? Why would you want me to be defensive around you?
The other person couldn't even be comfortable in the situation as well. There just be a lot of stagnancy. Yeah, like,
and it's not just like putting a label on things. It's just like how you treat people. Like, I've really learned how to not just treat myself. When you learn how to treat yourself right, you learn how to treat other people. All I got from that conversation, it just gave, I'm telling you what they think I would want to hear for me to
kind of break down those walls.
Yes, for them to get what they want, instead of keeping my boundaries up. But I've seen through it. Even though they didn't say their intentions and state, oh yeah, this is how I feel, like, I could tell based off what you're telling me. And that's why another thing I learned is, like, you need to listen more, talk less. Because like I said in the beginning, somebody will tell you who they are the first couple sentences. If you're telling me you still want me and but I've seen no progress or anything.
No proof. The proof is not in the pudding at all.
Exactly. Why would I want, if I already have myself at a certain standard, why would I want to put myself at the standard you're at when it's not mine?
I feel like in certain communities of people, especially I would say Black women, I feel like people will say that, oh, your standards are too high, or that's like unreasonable or something like that. Certain shit, like, if you want somebody on your level. If not on your level, somebody that can teach you something. So, and I know as a woman, or I can speak for me, I want to be with somebody who is a good leader, who can lead me. I don't want to be, just stagnant because you don't got what you know what I'm saying? You don't got yourself together. I don't want to go down with you. Like,
this is going to get into like spirituality a little bit, but I feel like that goes in hand with the way I view spiritual things. Like, if you're vibing at a lower frequency than me, we're going to clash. I'm going to feel some type of way. You're going to feel some type of way. And it's going to clash. You're either going to feel like you're not good enough, and I'm going to feel like I got to come behind you and force you to come up to my level without you doing any work.
Self-work.
Exactly. I do believe once you start vibing at a frequency, whether it be low, high, middle, whatever, you're going to attract those like-minded people.
Exactly.
So whatever vibe you hanging out with, that's who you attract.
And that goes back to what you said. When you learn how to treat yourself, then you learn how to treat other people. And those people that are going to be around you, you know what I'm saying, you treating yourself this way and you treat them that way, that's going to resonate with them because they're, they know how to treat motherfuckers too, basically.
I've always pictured, like, if I want these certain type of friends, if I want this certain type of partner, if I'm envisioning these people to have the mindset and skill levels and whatever they don't really care about looks, but if the intelligence, anything that I'm looking for, if I'm not at that level, those people are either going to be like, what the fuck are you on? And leave when I meet them, or I'm going to self-sabotage because I feel like I'm not good enough.
Well, I don't think that's Well, for me personally, I don't look at it that. I do, but don't.
I'm saying in the sense of like I wanted to work on myself because
So
I
that
don't
you
want
can
to
attract the
yes,
things
but
that
not
you want.
but not just attract. I'm like if a good opportunity, whether it's a person, partner, organization, job, whatever, if an opportunity comes and you're not at that level, it can pass by or it can sweep you up because you're not ready. You're not at that level.
So you just want to be basically aligned with the things that.
I want.
Yes, basically.
Yeah, to get the things you want in life, you have to be aligned at some certain level. You can't just be like, oh, I want to be a millionaire and then not do anything.
Because in order to do that, you need discipline, you need routine and stuff like that. No, I definitely agree. Like, for me, that's kind of where I'm headed. Like, I can see, my future is so close, I can almost taste it. Like, I see the things that I need to elevate within myself in order to obtain those goals. And I know that they aren't far away from, they're not far away. Like, I know the shit is going to happen. It's just up to me to get consistent, start a routine, slow down, take time for myself, like certain things like that, in order for me to go in a different direction with my life. Like, I really have to lock in. And I don't know, I just think self-discipline has been one of my biggest things that I've yet to accomplish, but like that's on my goal board, is just to be completely disciplined.
I feel like I'm having a harder time, one, because seasonal depression, but two, because of my seasonal depression, I kind of like just my thought pattern has changed from like positive to little negative talk. And I mean, what you tell yourself is what you're gonna get. Like, I'm not gonna say, oh, positive self-talk is just what you need to not have depression. It's still apparent, but you can't ruminate on those thoughts. You can have them and you can feel them, but if you make it your everyday life, if you make it your every action, like one thing I really learned is not to let my reaction be controlled by my emotions. You can still feel sad, you can still feel angry, you can feel happy, but you can also choose not to react in a certain way where it's not only bringing down the way you view yourself or where you want to be, but also the people around you, how they viewing you.
And it also brings down the value of your feelings and your opinions at that point. And this is something that I'm learning as well. When you're not able to communicate your feelings, or like it just doesn't translate well, people are not, that they understand that you feel away, but they are not gonna care at that point, because now they feel attacked, and now they feel like they can't even get through to you, and this and that. And I have to learn, like, for me, there's a lot of walls that I need to break down within myself so that I can be that parent that keeps, keep crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry for. So I can keep that in my head and know that, okay, it's okay to feel frustrated, it's okay to feel angry, it's okay to feel overwhelmed, but what is not okay to do is
to act on it,
to voice these problems to a child. You know what I mean? Because like we said, next thing you know, I'm telling him to shut the fuck up, and next thing you know, he telling me shut the fuck up. Like, that's gonna be a problem. So it's like, I'm like, I don't talk to my kid too crazy, y'all, please. But I just say that to say that something that I want for me is to be more disciplined, more obedient, and just, overall just me. I want to be me, and I don't want to let any more outside things control who I am. I don't want to care about what anybody else thinks about me, because at the end of the day, I lay down, I wake up, I shit, shower, shave by myself. Like, I'm here by myself. Nobody else's opinion, their opinion does not affect my day in any way. That's all it is a thought. I think we can agree that we've come to know our personal limits just by experiencing life in other people.
Yeah.
And being very cognizant and aware of that.
Yeah, so I feel like another thing I have to learn still is like when to rest and when to act. Because it's like I might push myself so hard for like a couple weeks, and then I'm like, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah,
I just crash. Just like, I gotta know how to expel my energy throughout the week, so I'm not doing that and just crashing. And then I'm like, okay, now I gotta take like 4 weeks off,
right,
and I'm back at square one. I feel like I'm not getting any progress done. I'm seeing the progress go down and decline, I'm also seeing that my discipline's declining because now I'm self-deprecating, and feel some type of way. But it's like, guys, no one is thinking about what you're doing as much as you think you are.
That is very true.
When you're depressed, you're like in your own little bubble. You're only thinking about, you're hyper aware of how you're acting. You're hyper aware of how people are perceiving
your situation.
You think that people are talking shit about you, but they're really not. You're creating all these situations and ideas in your head,
and you're living off of that.
Yeah. And it's based off what you're telling yourself. You're telling yourself lies. First of all, it's all in your head. Again, no one thinks about you as constantly as you do. There's so many countless stories you can tell yourself and believe, but it's like, why would you choose to believe a negative story when you can choose to believe a positive one?
Or I feel like stuff like that is like, for instance, like, say if like but you know me now, but say for instance, if you were reading my body language, it may come off as uninterested or certain things like that. And as opposed to you just reading into that and making that the reality in your head, that's where communication comes in. Like, okay, Tania, like, are you not feeling it?
Right.
Or, like, what's tea? Like, come on, like, we could talk about this. But, like, the kind of person I am, like, I'm already put it on the flow. Bitch, I got problems. I can't focus that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do burn out and, like, stuff like that. And it's nothing towards the person. It's just... That's just me.
And some people are just like naturally reserved. I mean,
that's how I am.
I talk with my hands. I do big gestures. I'm loud. Like, that's the type of person I am. But another person, they're just reserved. They're quiet. And you can't take every little thing that a person does so personal.
Yes, and that's like, especially living with somebody, especially your partner. That's something that we've both been like battling with. But we're definitely getting better. But like, just living with somebody and they're upset, so automatically you're gonna think like, okay, what did I do?
You're upset with me.
Yeah, and it's like,
but they can be thinking about something completely different.
Exactly. And I think that's another place where communication comes into, but also it's just like allowing that person, giving that time, the space and time to be with their own thoughts and to be with themselves, just so they could figure out what the fuck is actually wrong. Because I know for me,
I gotta sit with my thoughts.
I just wake up sometimes like a bitch, like a genuine bitch. And I know, like, I could sense, like, something's off with me. But, like, I can't communicate what's actually
wrong,
what's going on. Yeah. So it's like,
you just wake up on, like, and having an off day.
And it's like, and that's perfectly fine to not be feeling it today. But what's not okay is to sit in that energy, knowing that energy is contagious. It's not good to sit in that energy knowing that it's contagious when you have other people around you. When you could simply just communicate to alleviate the what ifs in the other person's head, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
you could just straight up be like, hey, I'm having an off day.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it today.
Don't take it personal. And that's, it's so funny I say that because you just made me get reminded of, like, when I was living with someone. And when I stopped taking it personal, if I felt like they were trying to make me feel it,
yeah,
like on purpose. In my head, I don't want to do this like in front of them, but like in my head, I'd just be laughing. Like, you really think because you're
like
upset,
I see through this,
like really, like you really think because you're upset, I have to be upset. And I feel like coming from walking on eggshells around people and being that people pleaser person in that mode, like I'm just so done with that shit. Like, you can't affect my mood. If I'm happy, I'm happy.
Right.
No one else should be able to affect that.
Just come to the point where we understand our personal limits and how we've learned to set boundaries and just really live for ourselves. And we're still learning, but just how we've learned to quiet the perfectionism, quiet the, all eyes on me, just quiet our brains down and become more in tune with ourselves and do things that please us. And we are no longer in the energy of pleasing others who cannot reciprocate that positive and genuine energy. Okay, bitch.
Also,
sorry,
y'all, please stand up. Like, Please stand
Y'all
up.
knees is too weak.
Just stand up. Don't be entertaining nobody that you don't have no business entertaining.
And you will know it.
You will know
You will always, whenever you have that thought in your head, like, damn, could I be doing something better or this? People who you are supposed to be around will not make you feel like that.
No, like me and Tania vibing right now. Even the kid, we be vibing.
Yeah, we don't be outside, but
we be outside sometimes. We haven't been outside since summer.
yeah, we ain't been outside. All right, guys, let's read the horoscope of the week. This is for Capricorn. You could have a hard time being self-disciplined this week once retrograde Vesta enters your habit zone on Wednesday. Anxiety and lack of focus can make it hard to achieve anything. Practice self-care as you find a new routine that works for you, especially since you're entering your season when the sun starts shining in your sign. Bringing the winter solstice on Thursday, you'll have the confidence and energy to try anything, Capricorn. So this is an excellent opportunity to pursue your goals. Don't be afraid to step into the spotlight. You'll need to stand out to fulfill your dreams. Good luck. However, you might consider hibernating until next year once retrograde Mercury enters your subconscious zone on Friday. Secrets you've been keeping could come out in messy ways, sending you into hiding. Make peace with your mind and explore your inner world. And that's all for that.
Do you resonate with that?
I do actually, because, if you guys didn't know, I am a Capricorn. My birthday is December 29th, which is slowly approaching. I will say that, like I said, I just discussed this, like, about how I need to be more disciplined and things of that nature. That's something that I've been struggling with. Well, not struggling with. It's been a challenge for me. Let me say that. It's been a challenge for me, and that's something that I'm trying to work towards and work through as well. And also it's just crazy as fuck, because Dylan started his new job, so I am in a new routine now, which is crazy.
See, if y'all don't believe in horoscopes, might want to believe it now.
And it says, don't be afraid to step into the spotlight, and I need to fulfill my dreams.
What are we doing right now?
We're stepping into the spotlight and fulfilling our dreams.
We're doing it.
However, I'm not excited about no secrets coming out, especially in messy ways.
I mean, I feel like that only happens if
you have
like
secrets.
but if like you telling people your secrets, like you don't fuck with them. I don't know.
I don't talk to no damn body, so
it's okay. Your secrets are safe with you. Guys, welcome to Ask Your Perspectives. So in this segment, we'll be talking about advice, anything you guys sent in. We have a Google form stock down below in the description, so you can send in any situation, any questions you guys have and you would like us to answer. So this person asked, open relationships, what are they? When is it violated?
In my professional opinion, no, stop. In my opinion, I feel that a open relationship is an agreement between two partners to either explore outside people separately or together. But I do think that there are certain rules and regulations and boundaries that are set in place, or at least should be, because it can get very messy otherwise. And me personally, that is not something that I live by. That goes completely against my morals. I am a person who likes to practice monogamy. And yeah, that's some messy shit right there.
Another point I would add is, like, make sure if you don't want an open relationship, do not consent to it.
Yes.
Just
don't feel the pressure.
Don't feel the pressure. Don't feel manipulated into it, thinking that
this is how you gonna keep this man
or woman. Yeah, don't be manipulated.
Don't be manipulative.
That too. Don't be that word.
Stand on business.
Stand on business. If you want just one person to yourself, go get that.
And clearly, if that person isn't seeking the same things or their morals don't align with yours, that is not the person for you.
Mm-mm.
So don't, like we said, don't bring yourself down in order to please somebody else or make them, accommodate them when you're uncomfortable.
Exactly. Y'all are both grown. Y'all can both agree to consent to things. If y'all want to spice it up in the bedroom, that's cool. But besides that, if you don't want to go down that road, don't feel pressured to go down that road now.
Okay.
All right.
And
so
that's a word from Des.
that's our opinions and our perspectives on open relationships. I also agree. I think they can work. It just takes boundaries and communication. So when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right? To leave you off with a positive advice, once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results, which is basically the basis of this episode. So we'll leave you off with that. It was nice chatting to you guys again. We're very happy to get back into the stoop and record for you guys. We're excited to go and listen back to our episodes in the car again. Mm-hmm. Thank you for supporting us, and welcome again to this journey of 20-somethings. We'll see you next week.
Don't forget to follow all of our social media platforms. They will be linked in the description below. You can follow me on nothing, actually, because I don't have social media. You can find Des at
Oitsdes on all platforms.
And this has been 20-somethings. Mic drop. Boom.
Bye, guys. Be safe. Okay, that ending was really good. That was really good.
People who say that this isn't any business of the President of the United States. And